Welcome back to Air Canada Centre in Toronto, Ontario. It's the Coyotes and the Toronto Maple Leafs. Let's go behind the mask and take a look at our starting goaltenders in this one.
Well, Mike Smith coming off a great game the other night in Philadelphia. Look at his career numbers versus the Maple Leafs in 7 games, 4, 1, and 2. And Jonathan Bernier, his career numbers versus the Coyotes, equally as good. A perfect 3-0 with a 1.15 goals against. We got a good battle on our hands tonight.
Let's take a look at the officials in this one. The referees tonight are Francis Charron and Chris Rooney, and the linesman Ryan Galloway and Mike Simek. Coyotes coming off the shootout loss in Philadelphia a couple of nights ago, and the Toronto Maple Leafs lost in the shootout last night in New Jersey. Optional skates for both the teams this morning here at Air Canada Centre, and we're underway as Kadriel sent one right back to the Coyotes line. Oliver Ekman-Larsson paired with Zbynek Michalek to begin defensively for Dave Tippett's team, and the Coyotes will bring it along with Shane Doan. Move it back and over the line for Antoine Vermette, and it goes across for Oliver Ekman-Larsson. Will throw it in behind the Toronto net. Toby Reeder is there, playing the OHL, so he's used to playing in Ontario. As the puck is played towards the front by Michalek. Good challenging step-up play that time by Ekman-Larsson, and it's Michalek back to retrieve.
Lots of guys here playing in their hometown. Nothing better than playing in front of family and friends.
And Kadri with a chance there, and it's stopped by goaltender Mike Smith. Keys to the game tonight, and they're brought to you by Sanderson Ford.
Well, tonight we got a few Leaf all on the ice. You got to empty the tank here tonight. There's a team that played last night, traveled as well. Got to make sure you take advantage of it, and don't blow by. Don't blow by the front of the net. Make sure you stop in front, make it a long, hard night for Bernier and bag the Leafs. You got to get it done. You got to be physical. We talked about it the other night. You got to tenderize the meat. That's how the Coyotes had success against the Leafs. The last time these two clubs faced off, they're susceptible to turnovers down low, Matt.
All sorts of creativity on the Keys tonight, Tyson, as the puck is moved along, and Martin Erat will play it back to center where Sam Gagner will try to get it back in over the line. Martin Erat out there with Gagner and Martin Hanzal. Erat was terrific the other night in Philadelphia. Phil Kessel dropped it, and now Stone will play it away. And this one will go all the way down as it's stopped there by goaltender Jonathan Bernier. So the Leafs will change it up early on. Just a couple of minutes into this one tonight from Air Canada Centre. Coyotes will watch this road trip move on to Eastern Canada, to Ottawa and Montreal for back-to-back afternoon games over the weekend after this tilt here tonight. Michael Stone for Keith Yandel. And he'll bring it back and over the line for Dave Moss with a shot just wide. Goes all the way back to center, and that's where Andrew Campbell from Caledonia, Ontario, sends one right back in.
Yeah, just an hour outside of Toronto. You know, he's going to have a jump in his step. I thought he's one of the best players on the ice the other night in Philadelphia, using that big frame of his. He's physical, got his first ever assist in the National Hockey League. Hopefully more of those to come.
Doing a nice job down low against David Clarkson of the Leafs. And now Clarkson trying to set it up. Campbell all over him again. Arguably the best defenseman in Philadelphia on Tuesday night. He was terrific. Peter Holland got bumped off the puck. And now Campbell will bring it along for Lucas Lesio. He'll be flying here tonight in front of about 60 people here, including his mom and dad.
He said he was only on the hook for 2 tickets. Both his grandmothers got freebies here tonight. The rest had to buck up themselves. Otherwise, that would have been a mighty expensive night here. Most expensive ticket, I think, in the National Hockey League here in Toronto.
Talk about a monster ticket, Bill, that's for sure. As the puck is played in behind, and David Booth trying to get it to the front, and that's denied.
We'd be playing for free here tonight, that's for sure.
As Shane Doan will cross center. And now Doan will get it back and over the line. Got a little bit of a tug there as it's played away by Roman Polak.
A little bit of a tug, a big tug there on the captain, Shane Doan, who has 4 points quietly, has 4 points in his last 3 games. Now all of a sudden with 27 on the season, as we take a look at Lesio's mom and dad in the house here tonight. Proud parents.
Claudio and Claudia Alessio.
What a feeling that must be for his parents. And here's the pregame. This is fantastic. The Coyotes' Mike Smith lets Lesio do a couple laps on his own. That is good stuff. That's what I miss about being a player right there.
And absolutely, that's our Chaz Roberts cool play of the game, and a cool gesture, too, by Mike Smith and the rest of the teammates. I saw that happen one time in Edmonton with Kelly Buchberger, and what a moment. Grew up. The family had season tickets, yeah.
Look at the flow, too, on his old man. Claudio letting it go. That's some good hockey hair there.
Face-off going to be to the left of goaltender Jonathan Bernier. Morgan Riley for Toronto. And that's denied. Hansel's going to take it right to the front, looking for Gagne. Down the line it goes, and Ekman Larsson will play it in behind the net. Martin Hansel going after it against Roman Polak. And now Gagne all over it, as is Erat. Played to the line, good keep there by McCulloch. Sent it towards the net and just deflected wide.
Martin Hansel is going to have a long, hard night here playing up against Polak. That looks to be the matchup for the Leafs.
Hitting the outside of the net that time was Ekman Larsson. Goes behind the net. Gagne is there. Left it for Erat. Now Martin Erat in behind the net. Draws a penalty. Coyotes are going to go to the power play. Delayed call here as it's touched up by Polak. A hooking call will put the Coyotes on an early power play. Just 3:50 into the first.
Well, a good work shift there. Coyotes got the hard hats on here tonight. This line was the best line the other night against Philadelphia. They picked up right where they left off. A good cycling shift. There's the penalty. Little tug on Erat. But as I mentioned, going to be a long, hard night for Martin Hansel going up against Polak as you see Smith in the box. Polak's just a big, heavy, rough and tumble defenseman. Makes you pay a price if you're going to stand in front of the net. So we'll keep an eye on that battle. And the Coyotes would love to get on the board here with the first power play of the game.
Our first Arizona Lottery Powerball power play of the night as the puck is moved along and now to the side for Gagne on right wing. Gagne will set it up back out high. Ekman Larsson, wrister, and that goes over the top of the Toronto net.
Yeah, Ekman Larsson's just looking to get that puck to the front of the net with Doan in front.
Chance here now. Ekman Larsson shoots, and a stop that time by Bernier, and that'll get a face-off here.
That's the only thing about those shots that come from the side boards area is it's tough to get traffic in front of the goaltender. You got Shane Doan in front. It's tough to make that adjustment to get all the way across on Bernier. Bernier's going to stop those all night long. You got to get your butt in front of those eyeballs.
You mentioned Shane Doan. The captain stays out there with Antoine Vermette and Sam Gagne. Yandel and Ekman Larsson as Yandel will take a shot. Got through. Steered aside by Bernier. And now Vermette will feed it to the point. Yandel for Ekman Larsson. Back to Yandel. Wristered in the front of the net that time. And Doan deflected it wide. And it's cleared down by Toronto.
That's the shot you want right there. That is prototypical Keith Yandel right there. Get the puck to the front of the net. He just floats it in with Shane Doan looking for the redirect. And now I'm sure you're going to see Martin Hansel coming out and anchoring himself right in front of Bernier as well.
Into the corner it goes, and now to the line. Good keep for Gagne. To Yandel. Across and nearly deflected past Bernier. That time it's actually a little closer on the deflection than you would think as the Leafs will clear down the length of the ice. So Ekman Larsson will set it up as we roll on here with 42 left in the Coyotes power play. Martin Erat over the line. He'll set it for Hansel. Hansel, Reeder, Erat right now. Second power play unit. Yandel looks, took a shot, stopped. Ekman Larsson with a chance, and that rode up high. And now to be battled for along the far boards by Martin Hansel to the line now for Yandel. Yandel with room, brings it across, and Ekman Larsson with a shot that's blocked away defensively that time by Corbinian Holzer. And now a shot gets through, but that deflects. And it's cleared to the line and past Yandel and down the length of the ice.
Great puck movement here by the Coyotes, and it's not always about scoring on the power play. It's about creating momentum, getting the offensive guys feeling good about their game. Everybody touching the puck.
Dave Moss dumps it in deep and goes after it, as does Laurie Korpikoski. Power play is over, so Toronto back to full strength as this one is moved along. Over the line, Kessel. Kessel shoots, and a stop by Smith. And it comes in front before it's cleared away that time by Kyle Chipchura.
Oh, that's how Phil Kessel is so dangerous. With that speed, he can flat out fly.
Back the other way, and in over the line goes Chipchura. Looking for a centering feed, and a stop that time by Bernier. Good action at both ends, and after killing off a penalty, Phil Kessel with a good look on Mike Smith.
Phil Kessel and his struggles. Only 1 point in his last 7 games. Little analytical pack here for you on Kessel, a guy that nobody scores more goals than Kessel from 15 feet or tighter. 12 of his 19 goals, in fact, have come from that range. And this year, 21% of his shots from 15 feet. He's shooting more from 30 or more feet. That's too far out. You saw that shot coming down the right side with that speed on Campbell. That's what Kessel needs to do more of. That's where he's dangerous. You got to work to get into those scoring areas in tight. 30 feet, goaltenders are going to stop those all day long. He's a 30-goal scorer in the National Hockey League consistently. He has struggled this year. Still has 19 goals, mind you, but has not scored 5-on-5 at even strength in almost 6 weeks.
Amazing how many goals were scored inside within that 15 feet range as a league, as a whole around the National Hockey League. As this one's going to be moved along, intended for Reeder. And it's going to go down with a wave off the icing here.
Yeah, 80s or 90s, yeah, you're scoring a lot of goals from 30 feet or more. But today's NHL, how good the goaltenders are, it's 15 feet or tighter.
Textbook angle-off play that time by Ekman Larsson. And now Morgan Rielly with the puck for the Leafs. Brings it back and over the line, play onside. McCulloch. And he'll play it back in behind the net. By the way, a month before the trade deadline, Tyson, I believe there's 11 different teams around the National Hockey League represented here tonight with scouts.
Yeah, lots of scouts in the house. You see Montreal's got a full squad up here in the press box. Everybody looking at players that may be available, unrestricted free agents. And Antoine Vermette's getting a lot of attention right now.
Martin Erat into the corner. And Gagne will try to move it down low. That time for Martin Hansel. Played in behind the net. Erat holding on to it. And now Corbinian and Holzer will take it away. And out for James Van Riemsdyk. Trying to chip it around Connor Murphy. And now Van Riemsdyk. Hidden off the puck that time by Connor Murphy. He's going to go after it. And he chips it along that time for Brendan Shinniman. Second tour of duty for Shinniman, who had all sorts of huge offensive numbers in the Western League. He was an American League All-Star this past week. And he'll try to get the feed that time from Lesio. Here's a chance. Lesio with a shot. And a stop there by Bernier.
What a feed by Keith Yandel. A little buttery saucer pass. Gains the blue line and gets it outside to Lesio. Mom and Dad love it. Get a smile on their face. And here's the play. Beautiful feed right there. Lesio on and off the stick. Just can't find the back of the net. Big save here by Bernier, who has been very busy in the first half of this first period.
I'll tell you what, Lucas didn't skimp on the tickets. Those are good seats for Mom and Dad. Face off to the right of Bernier. Lesio wins the draw, handled that time by Keith Yandel. He'll play it in behind the net as Lesio will try to go after it. Now Lucas Lesio will play it out of the corner. Got his first career goal in Chicago prior to the All-Star break. Sent back behind the net, Lesio all over it. Shinniman comes in to help out, took a shot from behind. BJ Crombeen in the lineup tonight for the Coyotes. He's on this line. And now Lesio trying to work it in behind the Toronto net. Lucas Lesio for Crombeen in the corner. Head up that time by Peter Holland. Now Crombeen just trying to work it towards the front before it's taken away. And Petter Granberg will move it back and over the line as this one goes into the corner. We're after it. Here's Michael Stone. Stone tied up that time with Leo Komarov as the puck ends up in behind the net. The first Go Leafs Go chant here tonight at Air Canada Center goes up.
Well, one team's going to go home a winner here. Both teams have lost 7 in a row. But one team finally is going to go home happy here tonight, and I think right now, if the Coyotes can keep this pace up, it is going to be them.
Well, tonight on Fox Sports Live, Super Bowl 49 coverage with Randy Moss, Donovan McNabb, Dave Wannstedt, and 49ers quarterback Colin Kaepernick. Plus, Marshawn Lynch finally speaks. Following a tough loss to Notre Dame, Coach K releases one of his players. And details from Tiger Woods' first round of the 2015 Phoenix Open. Forget about the missing tooth. Could Tiger be missing the cut? We understand half of Scottsdale was following Tiger Woods today.
I think all of Scottsdale was following Tiger today. Unbelievable.
Puck goes down the length, and we'll get an icing call here.
What an event. There is not an event like it in golf, that is for sure. It's electric right now in Scottsdale. That place is hopping.
Tiger Woods has got his work cut out, too.
And we miss it all
today.
And we miss it all. Yeah, Tiger had a rough start to the day, but we all know he is more than capable of getting back into the mix. Greg Dillette with a great day.
Yeah, Graham Dillette, buddy of yours.
Big Coyote fan.
Yeah. Also Nick Boynton, close to him.
Really good friends with Boyd.
Shane Doan in the corner. Played in behind the net. And out with it back through center ice. The puck of that time by Keith Yandel into the corner it goes. And David Booth in behind the net, the former Vancouver Canuck. Back to the line, Morgan Riley. Plays it in behind the net. Booth knocked off the puck, Joffrey Lupul. The back of the lineup, and it's stripped away by Keith Yandel.
Keith Yandel's jumping tonight. Speaking of guys with a little bounce in their step, he is flying.
Doan into the corner against Morgan Riley, but we get a whistle, and we will step out. No score tonight.
Todd Walsh back here in Toronto, and Tyson, you can't relate to the story that I'm going to tell, but Matt, you can. Talking to Lucas Lesio earlier today, I thought he was going to hyperventilate, and the great story that he told about his family having season tickets to the Toronto Maple Leafs, and when he was a kid, either watching in person or on television, saying to his dad, I'm going to be one of those players on the ice. And I think sometimes, you know what, we get so caught up in the drama of the ups and downs of a National Hockey League season. I think it's so cool sometimes to come and be around a guy like that and realize just how special it really is to pull that sweater over your head at this level.
Nothing like it. Never forget going back to Edmonton. Every time, really. Such a special moment. Nothing like playing in front of mom and dad and all your buddies. You definitely want to make that a game to remember. And then playing in Toronto in general. TSN, Sportsnet, Fox Sports. I mean, there is coverage all over the place. And if you want to get noticed, it's a good place to do it. Lots of eyeballs on you here, Walshy.
Well, this is the center of the hockey universe in Canada for sure, as Kyle Chipchura will play it out of the left wing corner. And it's taken away that time and back on the Leafs. Get over the line, Kadri drops it, trying to look for James Van Riemsdyk. Taken away that time by Zbigniew McCulloch.
The other guy, Van Riemsdyk, the guy you really have to keep an eye on. The other night it was Giroux and Voracek. Tonight it's Kessel and Van Riemsdyk. Van Riemsdyk got a 21st goal last night against New Jersey. What a player he is.
Martin Hanzal will bring it back in, so that line is back out there. Hanzal, Erat, and Gagne. And the Leafs will look to move it out as Morgan Riley challenged that time by Martin Hanzal, and it's played across. As Kadri tries to bring it back in over the line, and he does. Drops it for Winnick. Now Winnick, sharp angle, stopped that time by Smith. And we're going to whistle here.
Mike Smith hasn't seen a lot of action. He swallows that one up, though. The Leafs come in, good zone entry. Coyotes back off a little bit too much there. Santorelli goes hard to the front of the net. Good coverage, though. See Sam Gagne coming back, and Martin Erat as well. Sam Gagne wants to continue to put an emphasis on his defensive part of the game. I do like him, though, on the wing. He's a much better winger than a centerman. And really focus on the offensive part of his game when he saves his energy, doesn't have to play as much below the goal line in his own zone.
Played away and sent down, and this icing is waved off as Polak will play it back for Kadri. Taken away, Erat, quick shot, and that goes over the top. Played by Michael Stone, trying to chip it into the corner. And Toronto will get it out, back to center ice. Here they come, Santorelli, and over the line for Winnick, and it's going to be covered by Smith.
Well, Coors Light Thursday Night Party Pack returns on February 5th when the Coyotes host the Hurricanes. Get 2 Lord Bowl tickets and 2 Coors Lights for just $98. That's right, $98. Purchase yours now at 480-563-PUCK or visit ArizonaCoyotes.com.
And meanwhile, as we go over the Coors Light Party Pack, we get a penalty for holding. It's Michael Stone, and so Toronto will go to the power play.
We talked about it. You want to keep Phil Kessel off the score sheet. really get a real good look at that penalty by Stone, but Kessel loves to set up, much like Ovechkin, to the right of Mike Smith, looking for that one-timer.
And they go with a 4-forward set here. Peter Holland, one of the 2-point men. Phil Kessel has it above that left circle. And now Kessel trying to get it to the line for Franzen. Taken away, Toby Reeder all over it.
Yeah, a lot of this power play goes to Franzen as well. 29 points for Franzen. Always looking to set up either Van Riemsdyk or Kessel.
Toby Reeder that time knocked off the puck by Cody Franzen. Don't forget, Toby Reeder with both shorthanded goals this season for the Coyotes. Came in that game in Edmonton earlier on.
Reeder's got 2 goals in his last 3 games as well. Starting to heat up, 7 on the season.
Peter Holland will play it into the corner. Van Riemsdyk. He gets his stick tied up high. That time by Ekman Larsson. Kessel will try to move it to the point. Goes in behind the net, Van Riemsdyk. And out of the line. Franzen has it for Kessel. Back to the front. A shot by Holland. That time is handled by Smith.
Yeah, easy save there for Mike Smith because there's a lack of traffic in front.
Ekman Larsson was upended. We roll on. Here's an opportunity. Holland across. Franzen shoots and a stop by Smith. Bouncing around. Franzen just trying to jam it towards the front of the net. Goes in behind and Kessel now. Just set it up. Kessel lost it. Pops out high. Franzen across Holland. Back to Kessel. And now Kessel back out high for Franzen. He shoots. That's blocked by McCulloch and cleared out of his own.
Coyotes got away with one. A couple bad clearing attempts. Got to get that puck down 200 feet. It usually ends up in the back of your net. Real good blocks in front of Smith.
Kadri now with it. Handed off by Connor Murphy. Shane Doan can't move it along. Morgan Riley takes it. That hit Connor Murphy in the skate. Bounces in front. And now this one's going to be taken away by Doan. Getting some support from Connor Murphy as well. David Clarkson that time bumped by Campbell. And the Coyotes will get it out. And they get it back to center ice as Michael Stone will send it across. Played right back in and Jonathan Bernier will send it behind the net. Now Kadri backing over the line. Coyotes are back to full strength and turning with it is Hansel. 2-on-2 the other way with Gagne. He drops it. Gagne shoots. What a glove save that time by Bernier.
Last penalty kill for Arizona. Real good job here by Mike Smith. No traffic in front. Still gets the redirect was Van Riemsdyk. And then traffic in front, but McCulloch steps up. You're going to step up and screen your goaltender. You have to block the shot. Nobody better in the National Hockey League than Zbigniew McCulloch. Night in and night out, this is a guy that pays a price to get the job done. That's what a good penalty killer is all about.
Face-off's going to be to the left of the goaltender, Jonathan Bernier. Shinneman, Crombeen, and Alessio back out for head coach Dave Tippett.
Let's see what Shinneman can do here. His 3rd career NHL game.
Connor Murphy tried to get that shot away quickly. Lupo was all over him. And now Shinneman will bring it to the line, but we're going to whistle here on the offside. Tried to hold it as long as he could. Face-off will come out.
He's not a big guy, so you got to make up for it with hockey sense, hands, speed. Don Maloney talks about it. They want to get faster. They want to get quicker. They want to add a little bit more talent to their roster, and some of these young guys are getting opportunities, and Shinneman can bring all that, but can he bring it at the NHL level? We all know he can bring it in the American League, but a much different league here. You're playing with men now.
Well, and you're talking about the last 30 games or so, and it's now. Now is the time to make the impression, because when you get into the offseason, you got free agent questions, you got opportunities there, so a guy like Shinneman, a guy like Alessio as well. Well, during the Coyote Roadie, make sure you watch all the Coyotes games through February the 3rd. We'll release a word of the game each telecast, and just by watching, you could win a Coyotes player's autographed jersey. Stay tuned throughout the night for your chance to win. We'll reveal that word a little bit later on here tonight from Toronto.
Now back to your point, I mean, this is the time. As a young player, Don Maloney talked about it. They're closer to the bottom than they are to the playoff picture. So they're going to find out what they have in their organization. What kind of depth, what kind of players are going to get a look and a long look. And it's all up to those young kids, what they do. I love Campbell's comments the other day. He said, I want to leave it all on the ice. I don't want to say woulda, coulda, shoulda after the game. I want to make an impression.
In behind the net after it is Hansel. Now Martin Hansel wheel and deal in that left wing corner for Sam Gagner. And this one will be taken away by Van Riemsdyk. Now Roman Polak will bring it back to center for Van Riemsdyk on left wing. Plays it in behind the net that time hard on Ekman Larsson, but it's Ekman Larsson coming away with it before taking it away. Here's the Leafs, Tyler Bozak. Bozak worked it to the front. Kessel, but the Coyotes doing a nice job to converge on him.
Now there's that 15-foot radius.
Can't get it out though. Van Riemsdyk. Shane Doan all over him. Kessel. And now back to the line, but unable to control. Here's a chance for Reeder. Trying to get a sprung past Morgan Riley, and now Van Riemsdyk over the line. Hits the trailer. Chance. Kessel. He scores. Kessel stepped one past Mike Smith. And it's 1-0 Toronto.
I'm not sure if Mike Smith was screened on the play, but Phil Kessel, nobody happier in this building than Kessel. We talked about it. Has not scored an even strength goal in 6 weeks. He gets a squeaker here. The turnover in the neutral zone by the Coyotes. On the stick of Kessel. And he scores a ton of goals. Typically, he's a 30-goal guy. I believe that goes off a Stone who went down to one knee to try and block that shot. As I mentioned, if you're going to get in front of your goaltender, you better block it. It goes off of him and in the back of the net. If you're not going to block it, get out of the way.
20th of the season for Phil Kessel, and it comes at 16:33.
Well, no chance really on the play for Mike Smith on that one, because it did go off, in fact, of Stone. And that's the problem. Yeah, you love guys who block shots, but you never know where it's going to go after you block the shot. And this time it went right in the back of the net.
Van Riemsdyk and Riley assisting on the goal. And now into the corner it goes as Korpikoski watches this one move around. Stone will pinch from the right point. Franza behind the net lost it, so Kyle Chipchura trying to come in to take it away, as is Korpikoski.
Yeah, the Coyotes need a shift here. They got a real solid first period.
Clarkson tried to throw it to the front. Poked away that time by Chipchura. And out with it to center is Korpikoski. And now Yandel will play it back. Coyotes changing it up front, and so Yandel and Stone taking their own time as Yandel will bring it back through center for Crombie. Right back into the corner, Lucas Lesio trying to take it in behind the net, taken away by Jake Gardiner. Now Lesio after it, as is Crombie. He'll feed it to the point man, Campbell.
A big hit there by Kadri.
And Winnick will cross center, and he'll dump one in.
You love to see that type of effort if you're Toronto by your skilled players.
Shinneman will move it on left wing. Big hit that time on Lesio from Kadri, and this one goes down the length, and we're going to whistle on the icing. Again, the Toronto goal. Kessel is 20th from James Van Riemsdyk and Morgan Riley at 16:33. Faceoff, meanwhile, coming all the way back inside the Coyotes zone with just a minute 55 remaining in the opening period. At the line and now played in behind the net. Riley pinching, sent it back to the front. Nobody there, and so this one's going to go all the way down. Coyotes get the quick change here as it's Morgan Riley to play it for Toronto. Riley through center looking for Kadri on the right wing. shot, stop, rebound. Right pad save that time, and a bid by James Van Riemsdyk by Mike Smith.
Yeah, big rebound there by Mike Smith. Big save, though, gets across. Big right pad. That's a big save. You do not want to go down 2-0.
Martin Erat gets it across, and a shot taken that time by Hansel off Bernier and over the glass and out of play.
There's a look at Martin Hansel. 23 points, 7 goals on the season. Had a monster game the other night. And really starting to get some chemistry with Sam Gagner and Martin Erat. Erat was a healthy scratch. Really effective the other night in Philadelphia, using that speed. Trying to make amends and get out of Dave Tippett's doghouse.
Holes are now centered around, and Winnick will look to get it out for Toronto to center before it's taken away by Captain Shane Doan. Vermette on left wing. Moves it over the line for Reeder, and a glove save there by Bernier will get another face-off. Well, don't forget, just a reminder, when the Coyotes win, you win. At Papa John's, the day after every Coyotes win, celebrate with 50% off your online order at papajohns.com by typing in promo code Coyotes. Offer only available online on regular menu prices. Coyotes after this one will be moving on to Ottawa and Montreal for back-to-back afternoon games on Saturday and Sunday. Radio only, by the way. So be sure to join Bob Heathouse and Nick Boynton.
Well, we better empty the tank tonight then, partner.
Yeah.
Bring it to the people. A little holiday coming up for you.
Hey, we've got to get a mention on the Nick Boynton, the Boynton family sod farm here in Ontario.
Yeah, big farmers here just outside of Toronto.
Gagner will play it back across the line. And Sam Gagner bumped off the puck that time. Nice little job there by Leo Komarov. Haven't called his name too many times so far here in the opening period. 20 to go as Reeder will play it in behind the net for Gagner. Flip to the line, Stone. And now Keith Yandle has to go in behind the net. A dozen seconds remaining. Coyotes going to try to maybe get one final chance in front. Stone will play it down low. 5 to go. Coyotes throw one to the front. And a save that time by Bernier. His time will expire here in the opening 20 tonight from Air Canada Center. The CenturyLink link to what's next. And Todd will chat with Lucas Lessio. The World Cup returning to North America, and we'll also have an installment of Nasher Knows. Your thoughts on the opening 20, Tyson?
Yeah, well, you got to keep a focus here at the intermission. I thought that was a real solid period by the Coyotes. Good energy, a good power play, a good penalty kill, but it comes down to coverage. One mistake, we always talk about it. The margin for error is so razor thin, Bad break for Mike Smith. Coyotes can bounce back.
All right, end of one tonight, and the Leafs on a goal by Phil Kessel lead it 1-0. Coyotes out shooting Toronto 11-9. Stick around, Todd Walsh is up with one of the locals, Lucas Lessio, when we return. Good look at Phil Kessel on the bench there.
Finally smiling, too. Yeah. And when you're a 30-goal scorer and it takes that long to get on the board, only 1 point in your last 7 games, that has to feel like an eternity.
Hey, don't forget the Detroit Red Wings make their lone visit to the Valley coming up a week from Saturday. That'll be February the 7th at 6, and a limited number of tickets are still available. You can visit ArizonaCoyotes.com or call 480-563-PUCK to get yours today. The Toronto Maple Leafs in that opening 20 had 9 shots. Mike Smith had 8 saves as we get set here for the second period of play.
Mike Smith, no chance on that Kessel goal, as I talked about. It was redirected off Michael Stone, and I don't want to beat a dead horse here, but it's got to be frustrating. You got a goalie in net. Block shots, they're so dangerous. You never know where the puck is going to go after a block shot. Could end up in the slot, on the Leaf stick, and in the back of the net. If you're going to block it, you got to block it. If not, leave it for the goaltender.
Oliver Ekman-Larsson will try to move it up for Toby Reeder as we open up play here in the second period tonight at Air Canada Center. Zbynek McCulloch will look to clear it out, and he does. That goes past Polak. And we'll get an icing call here against the Coyotes.
Coyotes got to turn this thing around. We talked about a lot of good things. Face-offs. Got to win the circle. The Leafs, they played last night. They traveled on a long flight from New Jersey, but the energy was expended in that game. Also went to overtime. So as this game goes along, the Coyotes are going to want to turn up the temperature here a little bit. And as we talked about, key to the game, leaf it all on the ice.
I like that. Reeder. Back to center ice, taken away that time by Kadri, and it's sent right back in where Mike Smith will play it in behind the net. McCauley finds the opening. Here's an opportunity, maybe a 2-on-1. Vermette over the line. He shoots. He sent it wide.
Another missed shot. That's the 7th missed shot by Arizona. 2-on-1.
Yeah, the other way. Santorelli shoots, and he sent it wide.
Another missed shot. 2 2-on-1s. End-to-end action. Both teams missing the net.
Doan has it, plays it across, try to work it down low for Connor Murphy. Sends behind the net, intended for Antoine Vermette. Good puck support for Martin Erat. And now Erat.
No penalty there.
And trying to keep the line before it's taken away by Santorelli.
Erat taken down by Santorelli. Wasn't a huge goal scorer, I'll tell you what, in the NHL, but you got to hit the net on a 2-on-1. Make the goalie make a save.
Sam Gagne got a cross-check that time by Cody Franz, and we roll on. And now back it over the line it goes. James Van Riemsdyk with a shot, and the glove save by Smith. And that'll get a face-off.
I like it. Connor Murphy getting dirty, getting nasty. That's what these young defensemen need to do. That's what the Coyotes are looking for. More grit from their back end. Campbell was great the other night. Along with Murphy, they were matched up together. And again here in this second period, be hard to play against. You know when you look at the board, all the names and the rosters on the board of the opposing team, you want to be one of those guys that the other team is going, oh man, not again. I got to face Connor Murphy again tonight. That guy is nasty.
Well, and you know, I'm kind of waiting for that for a guy like Brendan Shinniman, who obviously is a big offensive guy at the junior level and in the American League, but he's a guy too that is a little bit of a disturber. He's had that history. And so you wonder if you'll see that.
Well, and let's be honest, you come into the NHL, you're not going to get opportunities like you do in the American Hockey League or junior, whatever it is. You got to find a way to stay in the lineup. You're playing on the fourth line. You might have to play and bring a lot of that sandpaper until you earn the respect and the playing time from the coach. You're not just going to get it, I'll tell you that. I don't care how many goals you score in junior or the American League.
Kessel holding onto it. Out high. Shot taken that time just goes wide of the mark by Granberg. Peter Granberg, the young defenseman for Toronto here tonight.
And look at a guy, Darcy Tucker, a longtime Maple Leaf guy. This guy has scored 60 goals in junior. I played with him. He came up, fought everybody he could, hit everything that moved. That's how you have to play. And eventually, he went on to have, 7 or 8 20-goal seasons.
Komarov, that shot deflected in behind the net by Mike Smith, pops in front. DJ Crombie move it there for Alessio, but he can't get it out. Is Holland now. They'll play it back before the Coyotes will get it to center ice, and Lucas Alessio trying to advance, but he got cut off.
Your winger, Alessio, that's 2 turnovers. He will be charged for on this shift. Can't happen.
And now Alessio will pick it off, and he brings it out. Coyotes trying to bring it through center with a little bit of speed. Here is Crombie now shoots wide. Alessio and a couple of players locking up in the corner.
Alessio only played 6 minutes and 18 seconds the other night in Philadelphia because he made too many plays of those. Sometimes it's just one play like that you'll find yourself stapled to the bench. You're a young player, you have to make sure you do not turn pucks over.
Doan has it, back it over the line. Doan, wrister, and a stop that time by Bernier. We had a lot on that shot, did Shane Doan, and we're going to face off inside the Toronto zone.
Hit the net. Bottom line. Make Bernier make a save. Might be a bobble there. Go to the net. We talked about the other key to this hockey game is don't blow by. And that means stopping in front of the net. Right in that blue paint, that's where you're going to get rewarded. Bernier drops one, you bang one home.
Vermette wins the draw. Campbell had a throw into the front. That was deflected off a skate. Kadri tries to spring Santorelli. Good cutoff play that time defensively by Toby Reeder. And now it'll be moved by Kadri. Back it over the line for France, and he shoots. And a stop by Smith.
Good rebound control there by Mike Smith. That puck goes right into the safety area of the corner.
That time Kadri got bumped by Vermette over the line. Santorelli, and that's gobbled up by Smith as well.
And Santorelli missed on that 2-on-1. He wasn't going to miss this time. I'm sure he heard it from his coach. Things getting a little nasty here. Here was the rebound control I talked about. Mike Smith sees the puck, pops that puck right into the corner. If he leaves it in that blue paint, the puck's in the back of the net with Daniel Winnick floating right on through the crease. Mike Smith was tremendous the other night against Philadelphia. 39 saves on 42 shots.
Franzen has it, sent it to the net, and getting a piece of it with the left pad was Mike Smith. Third back to center ice. Big hit in behind the play that time. Hansel is all over David Booth. Booth will look to set it up here behind the net. Franzen. Back to center ice. Booth. Bumped off the puck that time by Michael Stone. Turnover here. Coyotes try to get it back and over the line. And now Franzen will play it in behind the net. Martin Erat knocked it away. Hansel, sharp angle, stopped that time by Bernier. Moved back to center and sent all the way back down by Trevor Smith.
A couple of scoring chances on this shift for the Coyotes. Why? Because they were physical. A couple big hits by Hansel and Stone.
Gagne, shoot! Oh, he kind of pulled it back and then got a bit of a weak shot off. Bernier, no problem there, and it's moved the other way. Lupul sent into the corner where McCulloch will play it in behind the net. Boy, has he been good here tonight. Very steady, Zdeněk McCulloch. Played all the way down after it goes Chicharelli. Wave off the icing. Good read that time by Kyle. Played into the corner by Dave Moss. Now Moss with a big curl trying to keep that zone. Ekman Larsson helping out as well. Here's Dave Moss. He shoots. And a stop there by Bernier.
Well, that would have been a good time for Dave Moss to get on the board with his first goal of the season. He is in some kind of scoring slump. One-time 20-goal scorer with the Calgary Flames. That big body, big frame of Moss just keeps on churning those legs, pulls it to the inside. Nice shot there by Moss trying to go glove side on Bernier. And all this havoc in the offensive zone the Coyotes are creating is because they're moving their feet. They're hitting. They're creating turnovers, much like they did in Philadelphia. Now it's about doing it shift after shift. Waves of white.
Shinneman on the draw for the Coyotes, but it's played behind the net. Morgan Riley to try to move it along, and slow to get up. Peter Holland off that faceoff. Goes in behind the net. Oliver Ekman-Larsson tried to tip it to the front. Holland right there, but it's scooped away by DJ Crombeen. And now Ekman-Larsson with it. That time Shinneman, and Holland ran right into him. I think that goes back to the faceoff. Those two players having a pretty good board battle. In behind the net for Lesio to give it to Shinneman. Well, Shinneman holding on, gets it out high. Stone with a shot. Stop that time. Old Lesio was in front of Bernier. And it's moved the other way. Best shift out of that line so far here tonight is Morgan Riley will play it into the corner. Clarkson with it. And it pops in front for Yandel. That he's trying to clear. And it goes all the way back through center. And the Leafs will set it up. Franzen headmanning over the line. Kadri. Triple team that time, and Antoine Vermette will take it away.
Yeah, good coverage there between Stone and Keith Yandel.
And now Toronto will look to move it up. Winnick could handle the pass. And now Michael Stone with it. Reeder dumps one in. Played into the corner. Now Winnick in behind the net. Stripped momentarily that time by Reeder. Holland now, Holzer's going to have to go behind the net. And Santorelli with it. Coyotes doing a nice job here on this shift. Puck moved along and back it over the line it goes. Andrew Campbell after it, but it's taken that time by Santorelli. He plays it in behind the net. Connor Murphy. And now Winnick there, as is Campbell. The Coyotes will take it away, but they can't get it out. Kadri to the line. Jake Gardner with a shot goes wide. And Martin Hanzal will look to clear it out, but Jake Gardner with a keep at the left point. Into the corner it goes. And back to the line. Gardner trying to get around Sam Gagner. Gardner drops it out high. And now Kadri, and he got stripped of the puck. Well, the Coyotes have been out there for a long time.
Good cycle shift here by the Leafs.
Granberg behind the net for James Van Riemsdyk.
Now they get a change too.
Gardner tied up by Martin Hanzal. And now Connor Murphy trying to move it along, and the Leafs still with it. Kessel all over it.
Yeah, the Coyotes got nothing right now. They need to ice that puck.
Campbell's going to loft one back through center ice. This one's going to go down the length, and we're going to whistle here on the icing call. So that unit's got to stay out, and you wonder if Dave Tippett might burn his time out here.
Would not surprise me in the least bit, and he'll probably call it. Oh, there you go. Thought he might wait a little bit longer before the players line up at the face-off dot, but he knows. And the Leafs, they can smell blood. It was a good 2 minutes in the Coyote zone. Coyotes did a nice job, though, keeping the Leafs to the outside, never really able to penetrate the middle of the ice.
Well, don't forget, Arizona's the place to be this month. All the sporting events going on, from Coyotes, Suns, college games, Phoenix Open, and more. We want to see you there. Fox Sports Arizona is asking fans to sport your selfie from these events. Log on to foxsportsarizona.com and click on the Fans Selfie tab to submit your photos for a chance to win a prize. Sure, a few selfies taken here tonight at Air Canada Center in Toronto. So the timeout has been burned. Wise use of the timeout by Dave Tippett. And that unit of 5 will come back out for the face-off after a much-needed breather, if you will. And they'll mark it to the left of goaltender Mike Smith. 1-0 Toronto. If you're joining us late, the goal scorer Phil Kessel is 20th from Van Riemsdyk and Riley at 16:33 of period 1. Taken away by Van Riemsdyk. Try to work it across, and Gagner is there, and this one will be played back to center. Moved along by Morgan Riley, and back it over the line it goes. To the front, and just deflected over the top is Gagner now moving on left wing. And Martin Erat will get it back to center ice. Gagner with it in over the line. Plays it into the corner. Erat goes after it. Back to the point, Ekman-Larsson through traffic, and getting a piece of that one, I believe, was Bernier. Good. Been deflected.
Great tip in front by Gagner. Bernier was going to grab it with his glove. Puck just dropped to his feet.
Floated all the way back. Kessel lets it go, and so Ekman-Larsson will play it. And Riemsdyk and Kessel to the Toronto bench, and the Coyotes will bring it out.
Oliver Ekman-Larsson has been a little bit quiet this game. Like to see him get more involved on the offense.
Shot whistles wide by McCulloch, so way out to play it is Mike Smith, and he'll steer it behind the net for Keith Yandle. And now out with it are the Coyotes, and they'll bring it through center. Lauri Korpikoski over the line. He's trying to get it back to the front for Kyle Chipchura. Back at the line, Yandle fed it to Korpikoski. He shoots, and that deflects wide.
What a play there by Keith Yandle. Bernier did not even see that puck because of the traffic in front.
Yandle has it again. Sent to the glove of Bernier, and he holds on.
You can feel it coming.
All right, our story arc continues here at Air Canada Center. We're talking about Lucas Lessio and making his way to the National Hockey League, a Toronto boy, if you will. And here we are with the parents, Claudia and Claudio. We've been watching you all night, so be careful. So, Mom, what's this like? What is this like?
Oh my God, this feels unbelievable. It's so exciting to be home and him to be playing. Very exciting.
You're usually up in the 300s, right? Somewhere?
308.
308. Nice upgrade. You must know a guy, right? Yes, you do. Claudia, we've been watching you. He told me today he used to watch games with you and talk about, I'm going to be out there. He is. He's on the moon. Are you there with him?
I'm there on the moon with him. It's surreal. It's an unbelievable feeling. The first game when he got to play last year against the Rangers, it was a surreal feeling. Today in our home backyard with all family and friends is 1A and 1B in terms of excitement and joy for everyone.
I'll get out of here in 1 second. Matt, you take it when you need it, but were you here for the warm-up practical joke?
I was here for the practical joke. It was unbelievable. We were all there. He was skating around by himself wondering, where is everyone? And all his buddies were down watching the warm-up and they were laughing at him with us.
Well, it's viral. It's on the internet if you need a copy, okay? Just follow us on Twitter. Guys, I'm going to get out of your way. I want you to enjoy the night, but he's got a great spirit about him, and I know this is a moment he'll never forget. You won't forget, and the 78 other people in your family and extended family. Enjoy it, okay?
Thank you so much.
All right, take care, Claudia.
Okay, thank you very much.
All right, guys, I'll send it back to you if I leave here. I might just hang out. This is actually kind of nice.
Yeah,
Do they serve food here to us?
we can maybe ask.
What's funny is we're in 308, right? So if you take the 0, it's number 38, Lucas's number, and roll 15, and he got to play in 2015 here at the ACC. So if numbers mean something, and we just put it together to mean something, it's unbelievable.
Should go play. You're worrying me. I don't know what. I got it though. I got it. 2015. That's a good call. This is really nice down here, guys. Wow.
Tell him to go play the lottery, Walsh, and you had definitely genuine and great stuff there. As the puck is moved along, and now Holzer will take it in behind the net, wrap around, and that was stopped by Mike Smith. What a thrill. What a form from Southern Ontario that we've been talking about tonight, Lucas Lessio. One of the all-time great practical jokes, allowing him 2 or 3 the spins in the warm-up before anybody else arrived on the ice.
That's old school. It's been around a long, long time, but it never gets old.
Hansel, they play it in the corner. And Martin Erat trying to pop it out high. Yeah, the genuine spirit, and I know where Lucas Lessio gets it now. Mom and Dad, Claudio and Claudia. Chance here for Gagne to the front. It's loose in the Leafs crease, and covering it up is Bernier. Still 1-0.
Welcome back, Sam Gagne trying to find the back of the net for his Arizona Coyotes. Good tip in front. Bernier lucky enough to get a toe on it. And then he takes the puck hard to the net with traffic in front. Coyotes trying to tie this one up, and it's going to take a lot of pucks, a lot of rubber. You look at the body of work for Sam Gagne here tonight. 11:20 in ice time, 3 shots, 2 hits. He's been involved. Was really good the other night in Philadelphia. Continues to be good here tonight.
He's going to take the face-off here on the draw to the left of Jonathan Bernier.
Coyotes had a lot of secondary scoring. We talked about that at length in Philadelphia. That has to continue the rest of the way. 34 games to go. You can't always count on Keith Yandel, Oliver Ekman-Larsson, Antoine Vermette. You need some of the bottom 6 forwards to get on the board, and the bottom 2 really for your defense pairing. Connor Murphy and Campbell got into the mix. And Stone has been quiet.
Shot up high that time by Ekman-Larsson. And now McCulloch tried to play it in behind the net. Took a funny hop there, and now Van Riemsdyk will find the opening as Ekman-Larsson will move it along. Gets it right back and over the Toronto line. Ekman-Larsson tried to feed it out high that time for McCulloch. Back come the Leafs. Bozak for Kessel. Now Kessel in over the line. Drops it side, and that was blocked away by McCulloch.
Good block there by McCulloch, but that's poor coverage by the Coyotes. Good zone entry by the Leafs. Kessel brings that puck across the line, cuts to the middle of the ice, and the Coyotes, they all back in on top of Mike Smith, and nobody picks up Bozak. Here's the play outside. Good block there by McCulloch. Dangerous block, though, once again. Gets a stick on it. It's a lucky bounce there, but that could have easily redirected and went to the back of the net as well. I'd still prefer to see Mike Smith just make that save. That's what your goaltender's for.
So easy, by the way, to get fixated on a guy like Phil Kessel, too. And penalty coming up here, and it's going to go against the Leafs for a high sticking call. Kyle Chipchura took one up high, wincing.
It looks like Gardner might get one, and Chipchura is leaking bad here, so I would guess this is going to be a double minor for Gardner.
Yeah, double minor, 4-minute here.
So a 4-minute power play coming up for the Coyotes. There's Gardner. And the stick just comes right across, slashes Chipchura right across the pumpkin. That's a dangerous play there. Not intentional, but you have to be in full control of your stick at all times. And what an opportunity this would be for the Coyotes.
Jason Service doing the repair work behind the bench, so it's another Arizona Lottery Powerball power play. Coyotes with a chance to get this game tied and maybe even a little more. You never know. It's a double minor.
You score in the first 2 minutes, and you still have another 2 minutes to score again. That's the benefit of a 4-minute.
So the Coyotes go to work. Keith Yandle out there with Oliver Ekman-Larsson, the point man. Doan goes up front with Vermette and Gagne. Vermette has it, trying to feed it along. Leafs are looking to take it away, and they get a pass Yandle and up the ice.
I'd still love to see that. You take a penalty, a 2-minute penalty, you're in the box for the full 2 minutes.
Like the old days.
And the opposition can score as many goals as they want, almost like a 5-minute major. Tell you what, people would think twice about taking penalties, let's put it that way.
Yandle. Over the line it goes, and they'll set it up as Ekman-Larsson rifles one around. And this one bounces off Shane Doan, and it's going to be played back through center ice. David Booth over the line. Booth goes to the front. He's stopped that time by Smith. Great bid there. David Booth shorthanded.
What a save by Smith. I think Keith Yandle underestimated the speed of Booth. Just blew right by him.
Back at center ice it goes. Mike Smith, meanwhile, goes to retrieve his goalie stick that he had lost. Franzen will wrap it around, and this one is cleared back.
Again, those were the saves that Mike Smith wasn't making early in the season. All of a sudden, now he is. He did it 5 or 6 times in that game against Philadelphia.
Hansel has it. To the line for Ekman-Larsson. Stone is going to take a shot, and a stop there by Bernier. So the Coyotes get their first shot on goal here on this power play that's submitted 53 hole.
Big saves at critical moments. This is a big save. Mike Smith drops his stick and makes a big right pad, taking away the lower part of the net. But as I mentioned, he wasn't making these saves early in the year. So all of a sudden, this would be a 2-0 game and a much steeper hill to climb. But because of that save again, the Coyotes are right in the mix of this one, just down 1-0.
Goes in behind the net, Polak, and that'll be sent around and down. So the first half of the double minor is over as Ekman-Larsson will bring it out. Erat plays it to the line for Stone, comes out high. Ekman-Larsson, glove save that time, Bernier. And that'll get another face-off.
Well, how good has Bernier been? And we talked about him at the start of the game. He's got a perfect record against the Coyotes in his career. He's a perfect 3-0. Lights out, goals against. He's been solid in this one, not tested enough, only 14 shots, but he stopped every one of them.
.146 left in the power play for the Coyotes, an Arizona Lottery Powerball power play. Gagne skates in, he shoots and a stop and a rebound right there, and hitting the outside of the net was Keith Yandle. And it's cleared all the way down. A couple of good looks there for the Coyotes, Gagne and then Keith Yandle. Yandle will bring it out. Minute 19 remaining in the power play for the Coyotes, trying to get this game tied here tonight. Yandle sends it across for Ekman-Larsson to the middle. And now Yandle with it to Ekman-Larsson to Yandle. Across to Gagne. Into the corner it goes. Doan trying to set it up for Ekman Larsson. And now Ekman Larsson has it. Shoots. And a stop that time, and it's cleared by Komarov down the length of the ice.
Good movement there by the Coyotes power play. Really zipping it around, using every option available.
Yandel, and now Martin Erat. Bothered by David Booth. Yandel over the line for Hansel. Tries to poke it in. Half a minute to go in the power play time. Board battle, Hansel, Erat also in there is Toby Reeder. Erat will feed it to the point for Yandel. Now to Erat. Back out high. Yandel with a shot. Stop, rebound. Oh, spin-a-rama bid there by Martin Hansel. And now Erat with it. Out high for Reeder. To Stone. Now Stone, they work it to the front. Erat was there, but he really couldn't get a shot away. Reeder takes a shot. That goes up high on Bernier. Penalty is over, and so Toronto back to full strength.
That's a big kill by the Maple Leafs. The best penalty killer has been Bernier here so far. Really didn't give the Coyotes much time and space out there. Very aggressive on the sideboards.
Just 5 Coyote shots on that power play, the double minor against Toronto. And out with it to center ice is Van Riemsdyk over the line. Bozak, he has it. Try to put it in front. Taken away that time by Oliver Ekman Larsson.
The wheels there of Bozak. Oliver Ekman Larsson just got enough of him.
Well, Kessel's shot goes wide. Morgan Riley keeps left point. Goes in behind it at McCulloch. They'll look to move it along, and the Coyotes will get it out. Dave Moss at center ice. And now the Leafs stretch it. Van Riemsdyk over the line. Drops it. Kessel. Van Riemsdyk. And he got a little bit of a tug maybe that time from Crombie.
Sherman just gets rocked by Van Riemsdyk.
Over the line. Lesio going to the net. He stopped. Rebound. Man. What a chance at a penalty. Looks like a penalty coming up here, and now this one's starting to heat up a little bit.
Great job there by Lesio in this 4th unit. Trying to bring the pain.
Lucas Lesio hard to the net. Coyotes trying to tie it here in the second.
Turns the call on Shinnimin. This will be a long 2 minutes for him. But how about this play by Lucas Lesio? 1, 2, 3 shots as you see Shinnimin run his player in to the far post. That's Riley, but I loved it. Lesio really trying to generate some offense. We talked about some of our keys to the hockey game. Don't blow by. Stop in front of the net. That's a real good example there by Lesio. Get a shot, you stick it out in front. You might pay a price, but it'll be well worth it.
Bozak with Kessel and Van Riemsdyk for the Toronto power play. Coyote penalty killers, Ekman Larsson, McCulloch also out there, Reeder and Vermette. Great job by Ekman Larsson to get it all the way down the length. So Shinnimin off for interference, and the Leafs will set it up in behind the net. Cody Franz will move it along. Peter Holland back through center ice. Leafs have been going to 4 forwards on their power plays here tonight, and this one's sent back down the lane. Under a minute to go in the period. Larry Korpikoski that time all over Franzen. Puck into the corner, taken away by Moss. He's got a wide open McCulloch. He shoots and a stop there by Bernier. Now some pushing and shoving as well.
Franzen's in the mix of it. He's whacking and hacking guys because he coughed it up twice. He's got only himself to blame, and the puck almost in the back of the net. Good work up ice by Korpikoski. There is the first one. Just lackadaisical by Franzen. Korpikoski continues to put on the heat. And he turns over another one with McCulloch just stepping into that one. Franzen going to give Bernier a little pat on those mattresses.
Not the best shift of the night for Cody Franzen. Korpikoski stays out. Off the faceoff. Leafs will set it up for or try to anyways, as Lupo will come away with it. Knocked away by Korpikoski, and now Gardner back in behind the net. Dave Moss and Korpikoski go to the bench, and they're replaced by Toby Reeder and Antoine Vermette. Penalty killing unit out there for another 50 seconds. Take away here, and Reeder will get it back in.
Yeah, great job here. The Coyotes really have had the better of the opportunities. Short-handed.
Kessel gets it back to center ice. And now Smith will go off the boards and all the way back to the Toronto blue line. Jake Gardner now moves it for Morgan Rielly. Rielly lost it. Kicked into the corner by Campbell, and that's going to do it here in the second period. There's going to be 23 seconds of carryover time on that Leaf power play due to the penalty to Brandon Shinneman. And the Coyotes in the second period, Tyson, they had 21 of the game's 27 shots, but they trail by 1 off that Kessel goal. As we take a look at our 3 things to know, Todd will chat with Antoine Vermette. Tyson, you're back in the box. And another installment of Nasher Knows. This one right there, it's ripe for the picking, so to speak.
We had some big saves by Mike Smith to keep it only 1-0 for the Leafs, but the Coyotes have to generate some more second opportunities. Not enough. Missed shots. Got to find a way to get to Bernier in the front of that net.
Lone goal, Phil Kessel is 20th back at 16:33 of the opening period from James Van Riemsdyk and Morgan Rielly. And it's 1-0 Toronto through 2. Stick around, Todd Walsh is back next. Welcome back through 2 here tonight, and it's 1-0 in favor of the Toronto Maple Leafs, getting set for the start of the third period of play. The Chaz Roberts second period highlights. It's all about Mike Smith.
He made some monster saves in that second period to keep the score 1-0, and the Leafs at bay when they really came with some pressure. They were crashing in the net. That's what the Coyotes need to do more of. Take a page out of the Leafs book. Big chance there by Booth. Short-handed. Mike Smith has been lights out, giving his team an opportunity to crawl back into this game. They still have some work to do here with the Leafs still on the power play with 23 seconds remaining.
14 saves on 15 shots faced for Mike Smith, and the lone goal given up to Phil Kessel, his 20th, back at 16:33 of the opening period. Coyotes down by 1. Now they're also down a man. That's because Brendan Shinneman's still in the penalty box. 23 minutes left in his interference minor.
Kill it off and then go to work. That is 32 shots.
Score from center ice! Oliver Ekman-Larsson! Unbelievable!
What the heck just happened?
I've never seen a shorthanded goal from center ice, and the Coyotes have just tied it.
Oliver Ekman-Larsson had no idea. None. What a way to get back in this hockey game. Throw the puck on net. We talked about it. 10 missed shots. Put it on net. A face-off win. He launches it. I still don't know how that went in. It bounces. I think that puck just bounces and hops over Bernier.
13th of the season for Oliver Ekman-Larsson. Go figure. Kessel now will get it back in over the line. Looking to set it up is Bozak. Leafs with 4 seconds left in their power play, and the Coyotes will get it back to center. And now Dave Moss trying to charge it towards the net. Moss now with a big turn. Coyotes are back to full strength, and it's cleared back to center ice.
Well, that's how you get yourself back in the hockey game. That is what you call a greasy road goal right there.
Morgan Rielly got it through center, moves it along that side for Kadri. He's back to play it.
Talked about this being the center of the hockey universe. You know that goal is going to be showed about 1,000 times here in Toronto tomorrow and tonight.
Back and over the line, winning. Back to the front, and a chance that time outside of the net, Kadri. Back of the line, Holzer. A shot taken that time is stopped by Smith. Kadri out of the corner. Seems like he's been out there for the entire portion of this third period of play. Ekman-Larsson is going to give the gift assist to Larry Korpikoski, and it comes to the 5-second mark of the third period.
That's a big assist. He won the faceoff.
Yeah, well, that's true.
Short-handed, you win the faceoff, you get the puck down the ice. It's in the back of the head. How about that? Number 13 for OEL.
Okay, I'll buy it.
That's one less than Mikkel Bodker, who leads the Coyotes in goals. Oliver Ekman-Larsson right on his roommate's tail with 13.
Big hit that time and a turnover as it's played out of his zone and back to center. Goes all the way down, and we'll get an icing call here. Well, let's take another look at this. One of the strangest goals you'll ever see.
He gets it. The puck is on end, and he throws it. You see the puck bouncing, kind of pops out of frame, but it doesn't bounce. It just kind of beats Bernier. It was a sinker. It was an off-speed sinker. He just misses it.
He plainly just missed it.
That is a terrible goal by Bernier, who has been so solid in this hockey game for the Leafs.
I called a collegiate game in Minnesota one night. There was a kid by the name of Robbie Beana from North Dakota. He scored from the far goal line. If you Google his name or go to YouTube, it's over 1 million hits. It's that goal there by Ekman-Larsson. I think it's the second longest goal I've ever called. Unbelievable. And what a chance here. Ekman-Larsson is 13th to tie it.
And he's locked up there on the side boards. He's still chuckling to himself. Got a little puck luck. We needed to see a little bit more out of Oliver Ekman-Larsson. I thought he's been a little bit quiet so far in this game. He gets the Coyotes on the board. Anything that the Coyotes are going to be in the future are going to be on the shoulders of Oliver Ekman-Larsson. Talk about a foundation. Oliver Ekman-Larsson, Keith Yandel, Mikkel Bodker. You got some youngsters coming up. You're seeing some youngsters right now. Connor Murphy. You got Gormley, Lesio, Shinnimin. I mean, you got both Samuelson brothers in the American Hockey League. You got Max Domi coming down the pipe. You got Reeder from the Edmonton Oilers. The future is bright for the Coyotes. It really is.
Faceoff's going to be to the left of goaltender Mike Smith. And we talk a lot about Connor Murphy, too. He was part of the third defensive pairing opening night that had 77 man games total. He's surpassed that mark, I believe, already this year, just in the short amount of time that he's played for the Coyotes over this year and the end of last.
We've got 5 rookies in the lineup tonight with a total of 149 games combined. And then eating up pretty important minutes, and who knows where the Coyotes are going to end up drafting this year in what's, they say, one of the best drafts since 2003.
Moss spin around a shot. Played out of the corner and now behind the net. Kyle Chipchura with it. Gets it to the line. Yandel tried to leave it there for Dave Moss. You were pumping his tires the other night. As Yandel skates in and he shoots, and that goes over the glove. The other thing, too, Jonathan Bernier, you give up a goal like that, yeah, you wonder if you got the crazy nerves going now all of a sudden.
Yeah, he's puckered up a little bit.
Meanwhile, Michael Stone is down.
Not sure how this one happened as Stone's looking to the referee for a penalty. He lost his stick. Face down on the ice. I think it was Booth with the old fishbowl on his pumpkin with the elbow. Was it dirty? Was it intentional? We'll find out. More of a shoulder. Shoulder right on the button of Michael Stone. The follow-through was the forearm, but it's a good hit there by Booth. Hard working, just trying to get to that loose puck.
Bozak will settle in for the Leafs on this face-off against Antoine Vermette. And Riemsdyk with a shot. That's cleared out of the corner. Kessel has it. Try to work it to the front.
Fighting that puck again. Smith loses his stick. That's the 3rd time in this game.
Yeah. There's a chance the other way as Bernier makes the save. And big last cheer.
A few cheers from the Maple Leafs fan at the ACC Center. Not called for. The game that Bernier's had here tonight. He has been so good.
32 saves so far for Jonathan Bernier.
Feeling way too comfortable. Antoine Vermette talked about with Todd Walsh at the intermission. Want to make him feel uncomfortable. Fighting pucks, traffic in front. He's seeing too much.
Hansel wins the draw. Ekman Larsson, why not? Shoots, and a save that time by Bernier.
Another knuckle puck on net. Win a face-off, you get another shot. Easiest way to create offense is win a draw. Never know where that puck may go. There's Oliver. He's still laughing. He's got the hot stick. He's saying, give me the puck, boys.
Hansel sets in for the face-off. Clean win. Ekman Larsson, wrister, glove save that time by Bernier.
See, another big save by Bernier. He's seeing those pucks tremendously well. He's down in the butterfly position, and he's searching. He knows the puck's coming, but with all the traffic in front, his own players, the Coyotes, gets a glove on it.
Hansel will go against Santorelli here on this face-off. 1-1 the score, early third. Shot, score, and put home that time. Sharp angle by Martin Hansel. And just like that, in the first 3 minutes and 47 seconds of period 3, the Coyotes get their first lead of the hockey game.
Well, what did we just say? You win a face-off, and you create offense. Good draw here by Hansel. They lose the face-off, but look at Reeder. He just jumps on it. Excuse me, Sam Gagner just jumps on it. He's not watching. He's on his toes. He gets to it before Franzen, pops it right out in front. That's the chemistry we talked about between Gagner and Hansel. And Hansel just throws it at the net. Simple as that. 8th of the season. All of a sudden, the Coyotes in the lead.
Sam Gagner gets the single assist. It comes at 3:47. Coyotes with a couple of tallies here in the third, and they get the lead. Clarkson's going to chase this one down, but Mike Smith is there to retrieve. Back to the line, unable to clear. Komarov took a shot that time from Connor Murphy, and now Clarkson into the corner with it. Cutting in behind the net, David Clarkson. Back to the line, Franzen off the inboards, and now Komarov with it. Corbin Holzer moving along, and Holland will send one in behind the net. Back of the line, Holland, but that's chipped away by Campbell. And the Coyotes will get it to center with Martin Erat as he'll dump one in. What a crazy start to this third period of play tonight in Toronto. McCulloch after it. Holland that time kind of had to hold up a little bit there. James Van Riemsdyk, and now the puck played by McCulloch. And cleared out back to center where Bozak will set it up inside of his own zone. Fans into it here as Kessel over the line, but it's taken away by Yandel. Oliver Ekman Larsson at the 5-second mark on a shot from his side of center red. And then Hansel at the 3:47 mark. Both goals here in the third. You can see the jump already in the confidence of this Coyotes team early on in the third.
Yeah, a shorthanded goal, a greasy one. That has to be up there as far as one of the quickest goals that you're going to see.
Korpikoski will steal it away.
The start of the period.
Chipchura down low. No Kyle Chipchura. Back to the line it goes. Ekman Larsson. Well, Ekman Larsson has some room. He'll skate it along that right side. Give it there to Chipchura. Thrown to the front. And it's cleared out of there by Van Riemsdyk. Back at center, Korpikoski leaps in a change. For Chipchura. Played in behind the net. Thrown after it. And Santorelli will free it up on the right wing. Get over the line, loophole. Drops it. Kadri. His shot blocked away by McCulloch.
Penalty coming up. It's going to be Campbell in front.
We'll check it when we come back. Looks like the Leafs are going to go to the power play, and the Coyotes with a 2-1 lead. Good look at Oliver Ekman-Larsson here tonight in Toronto. Coyotes leading at 2-1. He scored at 5 seconds of the third period. If you've been wondering, fastest goal to start a period, 3 different players have done it in 4 seconds, including that man, James Van Riemsdyk. Claude Provo in the 50s for Montreal, and Denny Savard, old savoir-faire back in the 80s for the Chicago Blackhawks against the Whale.
I just don't know how you can do it any quicker unless you're throwing it off the face-off. You're winning the draw ahead. I mean, that's about the amount of time it takes to get from center ice to the back of the net.
It's kind of like that face-off, late in the period when there's only a couple of seconds left and you got the offensive zone draw and you go ahead and pull the goalie because you know it's pretty much mathematically impossible to shoot it all the way down the length of the ice against you. And you're right. I don't think it could be done more than maybe 3 seconds. What do you think?
Coyotes deserve a little luck, a little balance. They played hard in this game.
Out of the corner now, Kadri.
That's just the way it's been going for the Toronto Maple Leafs this year. Got off to that great start, and the wheels have been completely fallen off here in Toronto.
And behind the net, Santorelli for the pass by McCulloch. Obviously will get it up the ice.
Carlisle gets fired. Nothing really changes. The new coach goes 1-7-1.
It would be Peter Horachek, the 54-year-old who was named interim head coach earlier this month. BJ Crombeen bounces in front, Sherman all over it, but it's turned the other way, and back comes Lupul. Joffrey Lupul got it in over the line, and Murphy will spread it across for Keith Yandel, who gets it through center. Lucas Lesio got bumped off the puck, and we get a whistle here on the offside. Well, now's your chance to win an autographed Coyotes jersey. Here is tonight's word of the game. It is Reader. The 50th person to tweet the name Reader to @FoxSportsAZ along with the hashtag Coyote Roadie will win, so good luck, Reader. He's been good again here tonight.
Yes, he has. Dave Tippett's made comparisons to Jari Lehtinen of the Dallas Stars. Had a great career. One of those guys that is so good on both sides of the puck. That's a pretty good comparison for the youngster Reader, I'll tell you that.
Talk stories. We talk about some of the youngsters on this roster, and really maybe two of the biggest stories on the youngster side for the Coyotes this season. Certainly a Reader. You could throw Connor Murphy in there as well.
How do you, if you're the Edmonton Oilers, how do you get rid of a guy like Tobias Reader? The speed, how good he is on, as we said, both ends of the ice, all situations. They took it very confident with putting him out there against any other line. I mean, you dream about players like that as a coach. That's what you want. And the speed. NHL is a speed game today, and Reader, there's not many faster in the NHL. Just doesn't know how to use that speed all the time.
Leafs will look to get it out, and Phil Kessel through center for Van Riemsdyk. Smith will go play it in behind the net.
And by using that speed, I mean, when you can skate like that, you got to hit that top speed at least 15 times in a game. I just don't see that enough from Reader, but when he does, you sure take notice.
Doan will move it along. Gets it in over the line, past Pollock. And now Jake Gardner with it. Tries to go up the wing. Good pressure there by the captain. Winnick has it. Rink wide for Kadri. Little pull-up move here. Gardner to the front. Taken away that time. Good stick, Antoine Vermette. That'll be led back the other way by Keith Yandel. Over the line, Yandel to Doan. He shoots, and a stop that time by Bernier.
Good defensive play in one end by Vermette leads to an opportunity in the other by the captain, Shane Doan. And this is Patton Antoine Vermette. This is why he is the jack of all trades. He's another one of those guys, good in the offensive zone, good in the defensive zone. He doesn't get caught puck watching. He knows Santorelli is backdoor. He's got the old beaver tap on the ice. Vermette picks it up and picks up that pass, no chance.
Branson behind the net, plays it off for Santorelli, and they get it back through center. Now Shinnimin holds it, gets it to Yandel, shoots wide.
Nice pass there by Shinnimin. A little example there of his offensive instincts, finding Yandel backside.
Offside go the Leafs, and so the faceoff will come out with just 6:08 remaining in the third. Coyotes on goals by Oliver Ekman-Larsson and Martin Hansel lead Toronto 2-1. Kessel, his 20th tonight. The lone goal to this point for the Maple Leafs.
You know, it's up to that man right there, the masked man, Mike Smith, to shut the door. And you got to go back to the second period, late in that second period. Some of the chances that the Leafs had, and Mike Smith was so good.
Played all the way back down. Holzer behind the net. And now out of the zone it goes back to center ice. Peter Holland will dump one in. Played in behind the net, and Clarkson now moves it along for Holzer. Shoots, and a stop that down by Smith. And Moss will clear it out. So Corbinian Holzer will play it in behind. 5.5 remaining here in the third. Peter Holland. And this one is going to be whistled down.
Clarkson with a dirty shoulder on Oliver Ekman-Larsson. I guess so. Erad taking a few knuckle sandwiches.
And Peter Holland and Martin Erad. Who was that in on top? Martin Hansel came to the rescue, right?
Clarkson. They were blown down, Toronto was, for the icing, and I think Clarkson's going to get the only penalty here. After the whistle, he gives Oliver Ekman-Larsson a little forearm shiver. It's a dangerous play there as Oliver Ekman-Larsson goes in awkward to the boards. Not a good play by one of Toronto's top-paid players. There's Holland, he goes down, and there's the play right there. Leafs fans do not like it.
That's a dirty play, and Clarkson's going to go for roughing here.
Oh, it's after the whistle, first of all. No, it's not a penalty if the whistle doesn't go, but the whistle went. I'm sorry. That's not a smart play. 5:26 to go. You're down by a goal. Not a good time to go to the box against this Coyote power play that's one of the tops in the league on the road.
Almost a situation like playing with house money here because there's 5:26 remaining. Coyotes go to the power play.
You got to bury one here.
Yeah.
You bury one here, that's the nail in the coffin.
Erad behind the net for Hansel. They flip it back out high for Yandel. Across, Ekman-Larsson, will he make him pay? His shot goes wide. So Ekman-Larsson has a great opportunity here on the power play to get his second of the night. And as you said, put that nail in the coffin. Sam Gagner into the corner. They work it out high, but it's turned the other way. And now Ekman-Larsson back retreating for Keith Yandel. Sam Gagner. And now Ekman-Larsson inside of his own zone. Brings it back out. He'll send one in. 1:15 to go on the power play for the Coyotes. Corbinian Holzer finds Smith, and out come the Leafs back to center as Winnick will move it along. Winnick over the line, tried to drop it. Good play by Gagner that time, getting rid of it with Smith, and now the Coyotes will settle everything down.
A little overly fancy there by Winnick. An opportunity short-handed. He likes to go for the back pass. Shoot the puck. You're not going to get a better scoring chance than that.
Over the line it goes. Coyotes get it set up. Here's a chance. Stone. Shot goes wide. Vermette's going to work it back to the line for Stone. He'll play it to the corner for Shane Doan. And now Antoine Vermette to Michael Stone. Is shot up high. Rebound. Oh, Reeder was there. Here's a chance, and a shot by Vermette is stopped that time by Bernier.
All because of that big shot by Michael Stone. Good rebound. Coyotes pounce on that loose puck.
Good key to the line, and no, they're going to say it came out, so the faceoff will come outside. Or let's see here, where are they going to mark it? Actually, they're going to bring it back in.
Oh, good puck movement on this power play. And it starts with this shot by Stone up high. Bernier can't handle it. The Coyotes get to it. Keith Yandel jumps in and feeds it outside to the cocked Antoine Vermette, who just tees it up. Good read there, though, by Bernier. Good instincts, reading that play all the way.
Yandel gets it across. Here's a chance. Shot by Stone, blocked away.
Oh, that'll leave Mark right on the toe.
Now Erat, back of the line. Yandel got one towards the net. They score! Deflected in front. I think it's Sam Gagne's goal, and the Coyotes get a power play tally on their 45th shot of the hockey game, which is the season high, and they've taken a 3-1 lead.
Now that's a long skate to the bench for Clarkson. 4 seconds left, and the Coyotes get it done. Erat gets this puck back to Keith Yandel. No hesitation. That might be a double redirect there. I'm not sure. I think this goes off Gagne in front. There's the tip. And does it go off a body in front? Looks like it does. Not sure if it went off Hansel or the defenseman for the Leafs in front of Bernier. But what a play there.
Yeah, that might have gone off Cody Franzen.
Puck just hops past Bernier. Couple crazy goals in this hockey game.
There's an opportunity in front, but it's going to be taken away by Reeder, and he uses that speed to bring it in. Coyotes get 3 goals here in the third period of play, and they have a 2-goal cushion now with 3:08 remaining. Gagne from Yandel and Erat. Well, Erat had a goal in Philadelphia to kick off the back side of this 8-game road trip after the All-Star break the other night. As this one is lofted back in, here's a chance for Doan, but it's offside. So Gagne his 8th from Yandel and Erat, and it's 3-1 Coyotes late third. Welcome back. What a third period it's been, and right off the faceoff, just 5 seconds into it, Oliver Ekman-Larsson throws one at the net that beats Bernier. That tied it. And that was a shorthanded goal, just the third of the season for the Coyotes. The other 2 going to Toby Reeder. Big smile by Ekman-Larsson. And then off the faceoff, Martin Hansel, sharp angle, sends one on Bernier. Gets his 8th of the season. That was the go-ahead goal at 3:47. And then Sam Gagne as well scoring.
What a game. The Coyotes stuck with it right till the end. Another solid game out of Hansel, Erat, and Sam Gagne. Couple fortuitous bounces here as well in this game, but well earned.
Kadri has it, and a lot of the faithful here in Toronto have gone to the exits. As McCulloch will try to move it back through center ice. Empty net, by the way, down to our right, as this will be an icing call against Arizona.
You gotta love that. Look at this crowd. Everybody running for the doors here. A good look at it. And this is the way it's been going for the Leafs really after November. At one point, I think they were leading the entire NHL in points to start out. They came out of the gates flying and just kind of imploded. Now trying to not lose 8 in a row.
More battle here. Kadri comes away with an empty net. Jake Gardner with it. Leafs pulling the goaltender for the extra attacker. Goes behind the net. McCulloch will look to send this one around. Cut by Kessel. Picked off by Moss. And now a shot taken that time goes over the glass.
Oh, I'd love to see Dave Moss just go for the empty net. Just get one. Get him rolling.
Back of the line, Gardner. Also out there for his defensive abilities, I'm sure, but it would be nice to get him to get that tally. It's been a long time, and he's had so many good looks. Ekman-Larsson trying to punch this one along, comes in front. Here's Gardner. He shoots, blocked away. Great effort by Dave Moss there, and it's flipped along the center.
Right off the big skis of Dave Moss. Those big size 13s.
That's big. Kadri in the corner. In behind the net. Peter Holland. Now it's taken away. Poked to the line, but not out. Coyotes will angle it off. And now the Leafs will bring it back and over the line. Played into the corner, closing in on a minute remaining in regulation. Coyotes with 3 third-period tallies here tonight. Ekman-Larsson upended. So under a minute remaining in this third period tonight. Clarkson, back of the line. Gardner left point. Blocked away that time by Murphy. And then Reeder's going to chip it off the boards. Back to center for Antoine Vermette.
I don't know. The last guy I'd have on the ice right now would be David Clarkson. They're taking that penalty.
Connor Murphy's going to try to chip it up the ice. It's rolling, and just wide. As we get an icing call here. Well, make Fox Sports Arizona your destination for all your local sports. Post-game reaction tonight. Craig Morgan with details on the Bodker injury. Gronkowski soaking up the Super Bowl spotlight. All sorts of stuff on FoxSportsArizona.com.
Big face-off here. 30 seconds left on the clock. This game here by Connor Murphy again, and Campbell being rewarded by the Coyotes coaching staff. Timeout, Toronto.
Peter Horacek and his staff are going to discuss it. Fans booing the decision for the timeout. Down by 2 with a half a minute to go. Well, the Toronto Maple Leafs in the first half of the season, they were one of the best offensive teams in the National Hockey League. That has certainly dried up. It almost seems like since the holidays, they really haven't been the same team.
Now, a lot of head scratching going on here for the Leafs. Brendan Shanahan.
Peter Horacek relieving, or actually coming in the coach after Randy Carlyle was relieved of his coaching duties, fired back, I believe, on the 7th of January. So it hasn't even been a month.
No. Less than a month since he got the pipe.
Peter Horacek was the interim coach in Florida a year ago, and he had all sorts of success in the IHL as this one goes back, and we'll get another icing call here.
Now, the right play there, I believe that was Campbell, just tries to bang that off the glass. It just goes a little bit too far. Didn't have quite the angle. It's almost like a pool shot. You want to put it off the glass and out into the neutral zone area to avoid an icing, but the way the Coyotes have been in the face-off circle, you don't mind this.
23.3 remaining. Vermette wins the draw into the corner. Campbell. And now Antoine Vermette just trying to poke it past the defender. So does Martin Erat. Can't get it out over the line. And now a bouncing puck comes out. Erat will hold on to it. Connor Murphy.
Oh, fired into the cage. Come on, Campbell.
Yeah, Campbell, will he get his first NHL goal? Not this time. 2 seconds to go. And Riley plays it up, and this one is handled by Smith. And that's going to do it. Coyotes get their first win of the road trip. It's the first win of the season when trailing after 2. They had been 0-18-1, and they put on a third period performance to remember here tonight in Toronto with 3 goals.
Well, now they've generated 3 points in their last 2 games. They're finding a way to get it done. Get points, playing much better. And here come the water bottles. See if we see a jersey tossed on the ice here as well. Leafs fans not happy with the way things have been going here in Toronto. Coyotes just dished them out. Their 8th straight loss. What an effort by the Coyotes here from start to finish.
So the Coyotes win it 3-1. Sam Gagner's a happy man as well. Stick around. Back after this.